So you've probably tested out Google's new AI tool, Pomeli, and I bet you felt that initial spark of magic, followed pretty quickly by that, oh, is that it feeling? Well, today we're officially done with the free experiments. We're going to dive into the pro-level alternatives that are actually built to get real work done. This is the classic tech playbook, isn't it? A tool gives you a taste, it gets you hooked on its workflow, and then, right when your business starts to depend on it, bam, the paywall goes up. We are going to sidestep that entire trap. I'm guessing if you're here, the answer is a big yes. You fed Pomeli your website, it did its thing, analyzed your brand, created this so-called business DNA, and then it spit out some slick-looking social media graphics. Cool. But the moment you asked for a 3,000-word SEO article or a complex email sequence, crickets. You, my friend, have hit the beta wall. And that really brings us to the core of the problem here. See, Pomeli is trying to solve for a completely different goal than what most of us have. It's all about polish, but what we really, truly need is utility. Let's break down exactly what that means. This right here, this gets to the heart of it. Visual consistency, that's a nice to have. It's something a designer might worry about first. But utility? That's about generating content that actually ranks on Google, that converts visitors into customers, and that builds your business. It's function over form, period. And this slide just lays it all out perfectly, doesn't it? Pomeli lives over there in the Polish column. It's making sure your Instagram posts have the right hex code. But the real work, the stuff that actually moves the needle for content marketers, that's all happening in the utility column. We need tools for long articles, SEO, persuasive emails. Pomeli isn't even in that game. All right, so if Pomeli isn't the answer, what is? I'm going to walk you through 5 absolutely battle-tested alternatives. Think of them as a team of specialists, and each one has a unique superpower for delivering real-world results. First up, the one we all know, and, well, we all know it, ChatGPT. But I want you to think of it less as a chatbot and more as the ultimate Swiss Army knife. It's just raw, flexible power that can do a little bit of everything, which is the exact opposite of Pomeli's super narrow focus. Okay, the big deal here, the absolute game changer, is free access to GPT-4o. That is an insane amount of power for $0. It can handle text, images, files, you name it. The catch, though, as you can see in the cons, is that its output can be pretty generic out of the box. It needs a skilled operator, that's you, to really get high-quality, on-brand results. I love this take. It just perfectly captures the right mindset. With ChatGPT, you aren't paying for a pretty interface. You're licensing a raw, powerful engine. It kind of forces you to be the strategist. And honestly, for a lot of us, that's where the real magic happens anyway. Okay, next up is Anthropic's Claude. Now, if ChatGPT is the all-rounder, Claude is the specialist. And its superpower, it is an absolute beast when it comes to long-form content. So its standout feature is this thing called an unmatched context window. What does that actually mean? It means you can feed it a massive document, like a 50-page report or an entire book chapter, and it will actually remember the details from beginning to end. The result is content that feels way more nuanced and, frankly, more human. The only real trade-off is that it can be a little bit slower. And this is exactly why it's so valuable for anything technical or complex. If you're writing a detailed guide or explaining some multi-step process, Claude's ability to maintain a logical thread is just second to none among the free models. It doesn't get lost in the weeds. All right, let's switch gears a bit. We're moving from raw AI power to a more specialized platform. Meet Writesonic, which I like to call the SEO accelerator. If your number one goal is getting your content to rank on Google, this tool was built for you from the ground up. So what's its secret sauce? It's the built-in SEO tools. See, it's not just a writer, it's an optimizer. The article writer feature can take a single keyword and generate a fully structured draft. The main catch, of course, is that its most powerful features are, no surprise, behind a paywall. And this is its real advantage. It streamlines the entire content creation workflow. So instead of jumping between a chatbot, then a keyword tool, then a grammar checker, Writesonic puts it all in one dashboard. It's all about efficiency, especially for content teams. Now, if Writesonic is for getting traffic, our next tool, Copy.ai, is for turning that traffic into actual customers. This is the conversion specialist. It's built for anyone writing words that need to sell something. Its power is in this library of over 90 specialized tools. I mean, it has a template for pretty much everything, from writing a cold email to crafting a compelling value proposition. Now, it does struggle with long blog posts, but for sharp, persuasive marketing copy, it's an absolute heavyweight. What's so brilliant about this is that it's not just generating random text, it's actually using proven copywriting formulas. It forces you to think like a marketer, applying structures that are known to work. It just cuts through all the fluff and focuses on what actually gets a click, what converts.
Okay, finally, we have the underdog, the budget workhorse, Rytr. This tool is not flashy. It does not have all the bells and whistles of the others. But what it is incredibly fast, simple, and unbelievably cheap. I mean, the numbers on this slide really speak for themselves. The free plan is generous, but that unlimited plan for $9 a month, that is in a league of its own. Yeah, sure, the quality can be a bit inconsistent and the interface feels a little old, but for sheer volume and value, it is impossible to beat. And this quote just brilliantly illustrates its best use case. This is industrial scale content generation. When you have a high volume, low complexity task, like rewriting product descriptions or generating social media captions in bulk, Rytr is your go-to hack. So we've looked at the individual tools. Now let's zoom out and understand the bigger picture. Because the entire AI market is going through this massive shift, what I'm calling the AI market reckoning. So the market is basically splitting into two distinct lanes. On one side, you have the foundational models. These are the raw engines like ChatGPT and Claude. They're just getting cheaper and more powerful every single day. On the other side, you have the specialized platforms like Writesonic and Copy.ai. They survive by building valuable workflows on top of those engines to solve very specific business problems. And Pomeli, it's kind of stuck in the middle. It's an experiment, not a durable platform in either lane. And that leaves us with the final and most crucial question you need to be asking yourself. Are you building your content strategy on a temporary feature, an experiment that could just disappear tomorrow? Or are you investing in a fortress, a robust, reliable tool that actually helps you generate revenue and pay the bills? The choice is yours.